Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today, we're diving into the story of a figure shrouded in mystery, often demonized and rarely understood, Samyaza. You might know him as the leader of the Watchers, the fallen angels who descended to Earth and, well, messed things up pretty badly. But is that all there is to his story? For centuries, Samyaza has been painted as a villain, a tempter, the guy who taught humanity forbidden knowledge and unleashed chaos. But I think his story is far more nuanced and ultimately more human than we give him credit for. We're going to unpack the truth behind the myth and see if we can find some empathy for the celestial rebel. We need to first set the stage to understand what being a fallen angel means. Think of angels as heavenly beings created by God. They live to do God's work and follow His commands. They are symbols of purity and good. Fallen angels like Shemyaza were banished from heaven due to disobedience and rebellion. They are considered evil creatures, but their stories are complex and often reflect the struggle between good and evil. So who exactly is Samyaza? His name, depending on the translation, means something like, I have seen God, or He has seen God. He is primarily known from the Book of Enoch, an ancient Jewish religious work not included in the biblical canon, but incredibly influential in Jewish and early Christian thought. He is also mentioned in the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Book of Giants, and the Book of Jubilees. In Enoch, Semjâzâ is the leader of a group of 200 angels known as the Watchers. Their job was, well, to watch over humanity. But they got a little too interested. Driven by lust for human women, they made a pact to descend to Earth, take wives, and teach humanity forbidden arts. These arts included things like metalworking, cosmetics, sorcery, and even weaponry. Knowledge that, according to the narrative, corrupted humanity and led to great wickedness. The offspring of these unions were the Nephilim, giants who terrorized the earth. So, what are some of Samyaza's defining characteristics? Let's dive in. Let's use some further examples. Azazel is another fallen angel who's one of the leaders of the Watchers, who taught humans how to make weapons and ornaments. Gadriel, who taught the humans about weapons, shields, and instruments of death. And then there is Kokabeel. He taught astrology. What we can learn from all of these examples is that the fallen angels, like Samyaza, can be thought of as disobedient, lustful, knowledge-bearing, and ultimately punished. Now let's analyze Samyaza's situation. What were his strengths? He was clearly a leader, capable of organizing and motivating 200 other powerful beings. He possessed immense knowledge, having been in the presence of God. He was undeniably charismatic, able to convince his peers to risk everything for forbidden desire. These beings had the strength to defy God and His commandments. But what were his challenges? He faced the wrath of God, eternal punishment, and the responsibility for the corruption of humanity. He may have believed he was acting out of love or a desire to elevate humanity, but his actions ultimately led to destruction. The Watchers didn't know what they were truly getting into. They saw the beauty of the human form and they fell in love. Their lust overshadowed their duty. What did Samyaza need? Perhaps he needed a clearer understanding of God's plan for humanity. Perhaps he needed stronger self-control. Perhaps he simply needed empathy, a way to bridge the gap between the divine and the mortal without crossing forbidden lines. The Watchers should have trusted God's plan and maintained a professional relationship instead of engaging intimately. What does this story tell us about humanity? Semjâzâ and the Watchers saw the potential for civilization and prosperity, but they introduced the arts too early. In modern society, we see the challenges of artificial intelligence, the internet, and social media. If used incorrectly, it can corrupt, like it did with Samyaza and the Watchers. Samyaza's story resonates through countless works of fiction. Think about the Prometheus myth, stealing fire from the gods to give to humanity, but facing eternal punishment for it. Or consider the countless stories where forbidden knowledge leads to ruin. Even in modern superhero narratives, you see echoes of the Watchers. Superman, for example, is a being of immense power who chooses, mostly, to protect humanity. But what if he decided to rule humanity? What if his good intentions went awry? That's the Samyaza question. I will use the movie Lucifer as another example. Lucifer challenges the way of God and decides to follow his own heart, and that is what makes him an attractive character to people. He's doing what he believes in instead of being a pawn. Or consider the film Knowing. In the movie, aliens give humans important information, which leads to devastation. So, is Samyaza a villain? Yes, in a traditional sense. He broke divine law, taught humanity forbidden knowledge, and unleashed chaos. But his story is also a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked desire, the responsibility that comes with power, and the complex relationship between knowledge and morality. His story shows that humans are both capable of good and evil, and that the choices we make affect everyone around us. Ultimately, Samyaza reminds us that even the most powerful beings can make mistakes, and that even in the face of judgment, there's always something to learn from their fall. Personally, I resonate with Samyaza's vulnerability. Thanks for watching. Share your thoughts and let me know what other fallen angels you'd like to discuss in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.